welcome. Mostly, I think parents are joining, so welcome you all. Some students might also be joining. I welcome students also. Today we have Joel with us, who, in the capacity of a parent, is volunteering to share his experience, which he went through when he was going through the admission of his son in University of ISU, Computer Science Engineering. So basically, we have kept the agenda very simple. We will spend first 30 minutes in understanding what was his experience. The broad agenda is studying undergraduate engineering degree in English here in Japan. And Joel would be sharing preparation tips, application process, university details using decision chart. This decision chart, I have also seen it in other forums, but it would be good. Joel walks us through this chart, and everyone can use this as a rule of thumb. And then pointers for application. So 30 minutes we plan to hear from Joel, and then we will open up the call for Q&A, and we will see are we able to conclude this in 45 minutes, or will we take a few minutes more? So over to you, Joel. Welcome again. And maybe you can start by introducing yourself, and then we can get into the details. Yeah, Joel, I think you're on mute.
Sorry, is my voice audible now?
Yeah. Now you're audible. Thank you.
Sorry. I'm sharing the screen. Is it visible now?
Yeah, I can see. We can see your PowerPoint now.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Thank you, Prem, for this opportunity. And like my son, my eldest son joined university in Japan last year. That's where, as a parent, I had gone through, this entire journey of not just selecting the right university, but also, the one that suits him. And also, I, as personally, also have completed my PhD in Japan, studying in Japan University. So this is my experience while studying in. So I've used all these capabilities for me to, talk in this forum for this subject specifically. I'm a little old, but I think it's more relevant still. So I'll take some few minutes in explaining. I've collated this document I had shared in different forums, but I will take some time to explain. I've added some more contents also based on the questions that I have got.
Got it.
I'll take some time to explain this.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. So I always say that, it's a questions, it's like a web of confusion as a parent, right? When we have moved to Japan and our kids have started studying in the university, sorry, the schools here. So we have a lot of questions, and it's more like, where should they study? Are there any, courses that are like, say, universities? There is an English program or not? And of course, there is a lot of types of education that is there. There are a lot of schools that are there, right? And so there's two major questions. What is the right undergraduate program that we have to make our kids to go through? And the second one is, what is the right school and curriculum that they have to study? And there are a lot of questions. I have written general questions that we all have. And this is where I also, as parents, me and my wife, both of us had the same challenge. And that's where our journey started. So we moved back 2017. We were here in Japan. So my son was, that time he was in sixth grade. And by then, right, so we had gone through those journeys. So I'll just quickly, tell some of those experience, and followed by the university part.
Sure, Joel.
Yeah. So I think these slides, anyway, I'll share it in the group. But see, before even we go for the universities, I think there should be, as parents, we have to understand a few of the background for us to really, give the right, for the child to take the right direction, we have to do, probably you have to consider such background. So in my, this is all I use, so I will try to show. This is just a viewpoint. You can just listen. So the first one, I think, is the key point is we have to know our child, right? So that's very, very important. Like what is the child is capable of, what does he lack, can we give him enough things that he can get prepared for the university. So I generally see kids to be, we should not bucket them, but generally I call them as explorer, satisfied, or passionate. So explorer is most, they have less interest in studies, but they have alternate passion. Satisfied is more like, I have I will do at the last minute, and let me enjoy the time. Passionate is they have a dream, they have a clarity on what to do. So there are, so we have to really see, where do they stay, right? Which bucket they are, and then probably, we have to guide them appropriately. The second one is, as parent, right? We have to really, spend a lot of time with them, actually. And see, money alone, paying the fee is not alone going to help the child. So it is more about how do we help them, and over the period of time that he's with us, right? So we are, how much time we spend, probably this is very important. And probably we have to be very clear on what our child, like the child, has to achieve. See, in my case, my son was not at all very clear on what he has to do, so had to go through some sort of course, child, after they are in the teens, right? They don't listen to us also, as they'll not listen to the parent, they might not stay, and whatever we speak, they might not listen. So we might have to take some alternate ways. Maybe I'll explain that later. So these are some things like background. I feel we should be well prepared, so that we will be able to give the child the right directions, right? um, Before moving to the actual university, I think there are some of the basics that we should all know. I know as parents you might know this, but just I'll repeat this. For example, the first thing is about the school, right? The school that we choose, anyway, we choose based on many things, but I think the staff qualification, how do they select the students, they are all very key for deciding the type of school that you have to put your child for. Anyway, I will not take much time here, but this is very important on the selection of the school. Then many people have this question of what is the right syllabus. So the syllabus, as in university selection, I have not seen that it has a type, a specific type of the syllabus will make a difference in your admission. That I have not personally seen. So they are not going to be very important for education in Japan. But we have to be very clear about which syllabus the kid has to, the child has to study. That anyway you would have taken with a lot of things. Maybe you want some specific inputs from me, I can explain later. Then of course the school, how much support it gives from the university entrance, right? So some schools have some partnerships with university, so you also have to know such things. And some schools have some good reputation in some universities, that is based on the prior students who have gone into those universities. They have come up with good performance. So based on that, there is some sort of bias with some universities. So that is also a key point you have to consider. See, what we have seen is engineering after 12th grade in Japan is very well possible. We have a very good set of universities where we have good English programs. Of course, there are a lot of children who go abroad, and there is options for us to go to UK, US, Australia, Hong Kong, Korea, Singapore. right? So there are we have examples, but the one that I'm going to explain today is only universities where we can study in English, and it's only for engineering. And of course, we all know medicine in Japan. There is no English-based MBBS courses in Japan. So of course, we have to go either outside other areas, other countries, or you have to go back to India. Uh, See, there are a lot of other science and humanities, business administration, economics. There are a lot of other English programs also with lots of universities. The biochemical is another area. You have English programs, but that is not part of our discussion today. All right. So now coming to the preparations towards university. So this is how I will put. I have put a timeline chart, and then I'm on to over this different timeline. I would like to explain what is the type of preparation that generally as parents we have to go through, so that it helps you. Maybe I know parents might be in from different. Your child might be studying in different grades. This might probably help you, right? So generally, what we have seen is what I have felt is we have to be very clear the location of stay, right? We have to decide around 7th to 8th grade. It's better that we decide whether where do we stay. In our case, we decided that we are after when he was around 8th grade, we decided Japan is the place that we are going to stay, right? So that's very important for giving a for us to be well prepared on both,
Yeah.
in preparation for the local university admission, and also the kid is or child also will have a clarity on, there will be a calmness and clarity, right? And of course,
Right.
decide the right syllabus and so on. And you have to monitor and mentor the child. Start from 7th and 8th grade. You have to start mentoring about what type of university course or the specified type of course or the subject, right? The key thing the child has to take, right? So that you have to slowly get prepared for. Around 9th and 10th, that's where anyway the schools will ask you to start selecting the subject of interest. If you are part of IB or IGCSE syllabus, then you have to narrow down some subjects. So you have to be well prepared for that, considering the type of domain or the type of area of engineering that you're going to select. So, right, based on that, you have to start selecting the type of subjects. Um, so, one important thing, like in India, that we say, right, grade 10th, generally the grade 10 mark is very important. As experience, we found that 10th grade mark is very, very important in case of university application in Japan. And that's where we have to know about a point called predicted score. So in Japan, when you apply for a university, it is not like you complete the 12th grade exam, you get your marks. After that, you apply for university. It's not like that. So when you are when you are doing your 12th grade, and the child is starting its his or her 12th grade, say for example, either it is in April or say July they start, around September or October, the university application starts. So basically, when the child is studying 12th grade, that's the same period they will start applying for the university. And most of the university selection will end before the final exam marks comes, right? So that's what, so the 12th grade becomes very important for you to be prepared for applying. So since you don't have the final exam marks, what we have to provide to the universities is the predicted score, right? So this predicted score is provided by the school, and that score consists of an average mark, right? So if it is IB it is around 45, right? So for 45, the average mark that you have taken from 10th, 11th, and the exam that probably the midterm exam that you would have completed for 12th, they will average it and they will provide that as a predicted score, and that is the score with which we will apply for the university, right? So that's where 10th grade marks becomes very important. Then when you are around 11th grade, that's where you have to start preparing for many things. So one of them, generally, my son and many of them will take is the SAT. IELTS is optional, but SAT is better to be taken, and you have a good score. When I say good score, it's for 1600. Generally, it's around about 1400 is considered good score, and we can anyway take multiple times, but that's the period of time you should take the SAT and have good score with that. You have to start planning for the universities. That's where I'll start explaining in the other slides. You have to prioritize the location of the university based on what is the priorities you have. There are two key important points that I have prepared more slides today to explain. One is when you apply, you have been asked to submit an essay uh, about few of the questions that I'll explain. So you have to be prepared to write a good essay, and also there is some ways you have to organize your university admission, and I'll tell you why it's important. Uh, so during 11th you get prepared for this. 12th you start applying, and that's where then you get your admissions accepted. Then you start preparing for paying the fee and all of this. Generally, university admission is generally most of the cases, since our marks, right, our kids will get the marks after May. So there is mostly that the child will start the university around October, September. In some cases that is in April, that I'll let you know later. Let me go to masters later. So
Sure.
coming to a reasonable resume, right? So this is something I have not covered earlier, but I just would like to, this is very important. So generally, this is how universities will start asking questions, right? So for example, submit an essay in which you describe how your study of whatever engineering course that you're taking can be applied to your desired future career. So some universities ask for 500 words, some ask for 1000 words. So you have to, write on your own words because nowadays you cannot use ChatGPT and other tools. It will be easily found. They have tools to check it. And the second type of question is, why would you like to study at the program you're applying? So why do you, like that particular university and that particular field of study, right? So that is type of thing. And can be questions like what are your strengths and challenges. So all of this, so some universities might ask multiple questions to be written. Some universities has only the first one asked. So you have to, this is one important um, resume or a letter that the university uses for the selection. Okay, so many of the cases we might not have any interview. It is purely selected based on reading this resume, right? So this is going to be very key, and you have to start preparing for it, right? So what I've shared on the right hand side, you can see you have to address a lot of things, right, in that resume. So these are some couple of key points. Like, of course, you should have some reasonable marks. That's nothing but predicted score. You have to show that you are multi-skilled, so that, like, they also, universities like to have you to be representing multi skilled, right? So either games, music, volunteering, especially in Japan, about supporting an earthquake relief, or they have more credit. Of course, Japanese language proficiency, it helps a lot. So JLPT certificate, especially the government universities, the JLPT certificates helps a lot. Then, of course, you should have a very proper reasoning for field of study, department, and university, right? So these are all very key in preparing a good resume. The other part is on the organizing your university admission. So this is maybe too early, but just have in mind that you have to clearly write your universities of interest like this, and then you should order based on the time of application. So you can see here, um, the first universities from in my case was Sukuba, and it was around 25th October, right? So there is two admissions. So this is the period, and you can see this is how the admission is there. So you can say Chibaura. You can see there are some universities you have 3 time periods. So some of them has multiple application period. So based on your order of preference, it is better that you have to choose which batch you are going to apply. So there is like detailed planning is there. Otherwise, sometimes you get selected, you have to pay the money admission within, you're given only 2 to 3 weeks time, right? So this once you decide the type of degree course the child is going to take. In my case, my son took computer science engineering. So what you see here is the universities that has computer science in some forms. So there can it's not like pure computer science. You will have combination courses also. So you have to do such chart to for you to do. Now I'll explain you the chart itself.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't know how to do so. So this is the chart I created. Maybe
Can you zoom in a bit? Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. At least it's readable. Yeah. Okay.
it's readable. Okay, so let me I try to zoom. But see what I did in the my son's case is so what this chart, right, says is
Joel,
probably,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you. Can you zoom in the upper part first, and then maybe as we go down, you can kind of
Sure.
scroll down as you go. You
Um,
should be able to do with the mouse if you just.
yeah, I don't have mouse.
Oh, okay. Sorry. No worries.
So otherwise, what I can do.
Yeah. No worries. Okay. Please continue. Please continue. No worries.
Sorry, does this make sense? No.
Yeah. Fine. Fine. Just on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think this is better. This is better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hope
So
everyone is able to see also.
yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So in my case, right, my son was having a lot of questions, right? So I was thinking, why don't we create a decision chart, right? So what it covers is, for example, right, there are a lot of decision points. So I want to study in Japan, right? No means then you have to apply outside. So in my case, it was yes. Then the second question comes is, would I like to do an engineering course or a bachelor of BA or economics or other area, right? So then yes, right? Then the second area is actually about the type of schooling that we are going to do. Sorry, the syllabus that we are taking. So either IB or a CBSE syllabus. It's not a big difference, but there are some very intricate difference that I'll explain. I'll not confuse you guys now. This one, say for example, I then I have decided this, right. In my son's case, he was interested in economics, so I had covered something on economics here. But then I'm say for example, I come to a decision that my aim is to do computer science engineering, right? So then in the case, in my son's case is yes. So then the decision comes to whether I would like to study within Tokyo. So when I
Yeah.
study in Tokyo, I avoid my entire how do you say, the hostel and the
Yeah.
stay relevant fees and all, right? So I will avoid paying that, right? So that was one of the decisions. So then if you say yes, and then if you say no, based on no means you have to stay, you can, opt outside, right? So based on that, I had put here. So now if it is no computer, it's not computer science, then again, then I'm open to doing a mechanical engineering, aeronautical, and other areas. So that's how this chart is created. I had taken a printout of a very big printout, and I pasted before his, the wherever he studies, right? So it was giving him a lot of clarity, because child are not very, attentive with. So this helped him to have clarity on where is he, proceeding, right? So in my son's case, it was computer science. So you can see that this chart, right? You can
Yeah.
also see the university.
Yeah.
In the bracket, you can also see the type of the course, right? That
Yeah.
we offer. Then you have some sort of million in that tells you roughly in a year how much you will spend.
Hmm.
Then I have tried to capture two ratings, right? One is the QS is the world ranking, and the end symbol is the Japan, within Japan, the university ranking, right?
Okay.
So this way, I had put especially this one so that we understand what type of universities we have to, target as a priority. So you can see that in around Tokyo we had option of these many universities, and outside was Aizu, Ritsumeikan, Kyushu, and University of Tsukuba. In my son's case, he got Aizu, he got TIU, he got Chibora, he also got KO. So he got four universities, and then he decided to, go outside Tokyo to, to understand how to live his life, by himself, right? So in this case, he took this decision, and then we all, agreed that he will go to Aizu, right? And Aizu was a government university, so we are the fee is very. The government universities are in the range of 6 lakh in 0.6 million, and generally the private universities are in the range of 1.6 million to 2 million. So that's the
Twice
general
or thrice. Okay.
thumb rule, yeah.
Got it.
And if you have, if you're going for an study other than computer science, there are so many other options. You can, see these details here, right? So this is how this chart helped my son. In case you would like to use this, I can share the even the Excel format. You guys can also use it. And
Right.
yeah,
I think it would be great, Joel. I can already see parents asking for that. In the same WhatsApp group, you can share this presentation and Excel also, please.
sure, sure. I will do that. Yes, yes. Please
Perfect.
feel
Thank you.
free to use it. Yeah.
Wonderful.
And
Thank you.
then coming to the see, in our case, how did we prioritize, right? So
Mm.
we had made such an Excel. Maybe it is easy if you can also do it for your child. And you can see I had explained some part of this already. We had see, after you apply for the application, there is a preliminary screening result in some cases. Some cases it will be direct result. There is an admission decision date. This dates will change, so you have to, for that, for your year, the particular year, you have to open that admission book, and you have to modify these numbers. This does not stay same for every year. So in my son's case, this was the dates, right?
Okay.
And then also some of them mostly starts in October, September. This, see, in our case, we had some sort of decision we had, right? See, I have my own priority, my son will have its own priority, mother will have her own priority, right?
Right.
I had put four parameters. Maybe in that big Excel it will be there. And based on that, say for example, fees, the reputation of the university, the place of the university. So
Yeah.
basically, if it is outside Tokyo and all, because mother wants to always have the child close to in the home, so she will put more rating for her. So based on that, we put some ratings. Everyone put ratings, and we decided. Then it you come up with some sort of metrics like this, and this helps us to say that okay, which is important for us. So, for example, here Kyushu and Waseda had a higher this one. Both of them, my son did not get. So the next one is Aizu. So or all of us, took a decision. Aizu is the better choice for him, and then that's where he went. So
Okay.
I'll share that Excel. Probably it will help you guys to.
Sure. Joel, just on the last slide, I wanted to
Yeah.
understand this better for everyone also. In the last slide,
Hmm.
the last one with the table.
Table. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm reading this first one, Scuba Interdisciplinary Engineering.
Hmm.
So semester start was September 1st,
Yeah.
and you started preparing for the application from 25th October itself. So it's almost a year journey,
Year journey.
right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So I think that's something which, I mean, obviously we know that we have to start early, but at least looks like at least 1 year before the semester starts is the timing we should start thinking about it, right?
Correct. Yes. 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 Yes.
Okay. And then second point I wanted to ask was like you said, I understood this is kind of a weighted matrix kind of thing, right?
Hmm.
You so I just wanted to ask like what were the top 3 to 4 parameters as a parent and as a child you were worried about or thinking about, and all other parents also should need to I mean, of course, those parameters might also change from parent to parent, but what was it for you?
Yeah.
Okay, there you
So
have it. Thank you.
this is the one. So I have written on the top of
Location. So location
location.
is important. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, facility like the university, what type of facility
Got
for
it.
that particular type of program do they have, right? That one.
So for that particular stream itself,
Stream,
right?
yes, yes. If it
Okay.
is computer science, like for example, how is
Yeah.
this computer lab? What is the type of relationship they have with
Hmm.
industries
Okay.
on that field and all of this?
Career prospect kind of thing. Okay, then.
Yeah. So then
Okay.
we also had one of the parameter, like say some universities have this.
Hmm.
You can also
Half
opt
year,
for
half.
a swap. Like say you can maybe in out of 4 years, 1 year you can go to outside Japan, and
Right.
with the partnering university you can actually stay and study. So we had also put that as one of the point. And
Hmm.
of course, the core in the sense, if it is computer science, does it have the computer science as the core program?
Okay.
Because some of the programs will have the, like for example, KO here
Hmm.
has a Bachelor of Arts with the computer science. So it's
Okay.
in the core, the rating is lower for it, right? So
Got
like
it.
that. Then of course cost, right?
Hmm.
That's another one. Yeah.
So and just last question on that one. So when you are rating this, so say for example, core 5 means this Tsukuba
Science.
fulfills like I mean I'm taking it like 1 to 5 rating, right?
Yes.
So Tsukuba is like highest in, I mean, it fulfills all the
Tsukuba
core
is
requirement you'll have.
Tsukuba is two actually because it is
Oh, sorry, there's two.
interdisciplinary.
Okay, sorry,
Yeah,
got
yeah,
it. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, the above row is the weight of it.
Yes, 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 yes,
Okay,
yes,
got it, got it. So, I mean, core part is core facility part is most important to you.
yes.
Then maybe location is important to you, and then
Location is medium. Cost
yeah,
is we have put as lower
cost.
for this
Yeah,
one. Study out
yeah.
of Japan is the
Study
lowest
out.
rate. Yeah.
Got it, got it. Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I can see you have 2 more slides, and after that we can open up for everyone.
Sure, sure. Quickly, I will complete now.
Thank you.
So let's okay. So I'm almost completed. But just before that, like this is more. I will in our case, right? It was beyond studies, right? We were also looking at how his body is means in the sense like maybe it's not religious, but what I'm trying to say is we were worried about how his mental stability is there, how he's going to take care of this body, especially drugs and other things, right? And of course, there is a lot of things that's going on the world which is around wokeism. I don't know how much parents know it, but you can go to YouTube and you can understand how kids are brainwashed to change the gender, so many things, where we were too much worried about that. So when we took a decision for Japan, these were also key parameters which I have not put anything on specifically, but we took the decision that he will do bachelor's here until he gets clear, right? Because by bachelor's, when he has this time, that time he becomes more mature, then he can do masters anywhere. So that's the reason we selected Japan. Now let me go to the summary. So I was telling it's a journey, and I think you would have listened also. It's even for your admission is also a journey, but your the kids' life is also a journey where we have to many places there are toll gates, right? So between what I'll say is by seventh or eighth grade, the child will fall under a type of a category, but you have to accept it and you have to decide, okay, that's the direction child is going to. That's a start point for him to start selecting the type of undergraduate program, right? I don't think beyond that you can push the child, right? So but you always have a ways much ahead, right? So that's where you have to spend more time. But now when you come to 10th grade, that's where I told we have to start working on the resume. So when I was talking about the type of certifications and all of this, that will not come in a month's time, right? You have to start preparing well ahead. So whether it's sports or extracurricular activities, you have to um, give not just importance to the studies but also to all of this, so that you have some good certificates, so that it gives add value to your resume. Then around 11th grade, some of the schools will be talking on this predictor show, but you have to know upfront, start following from the 10th grade for the child to get reasonable marks, so that your prediction score, and also you have to follow with the school to get the prediction score. Some places, some times, schools give say for example, you go and speak to the principal, and sometimes there is a 2 or 3 points you want to get more. Such manipulations are possible. It's within the boundary of the schools. This one, it is possible. So some parent follow this, they go and talk to the principal, and there is some leeways there, so you have to be well prepared for this. Some of the universities still are in paper, right? So for example, Kyushu, Aizu and all, you have to submit the entire submission in paper. So you have to be well prepared. Just 1 week before itself, you have to send it. There are a lot of things. And there is a website. Some universities use online, so you have to be prepared for both the cases. And that's where, and you have to be ready somewhere between September, October for you to start applying for the universities, which is a year journey. Mostly the admissions and the results come by April of the next year. So the child, after they know that they have got admission, it's a good, what do you say, a few months rest, and then they start the university program. So this is all from me today, and I can answer you questions. I can share you all the documents so that you can use it for your child. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you, Joel. I mean, I would also ask parents also to express in chat what they thought about this session right till now. I found it very insightful, and thank you, Joel. We normally we are talking about universities or how to prepare for that, but what I personally loved is You talked not even about understanding what child also wants, right?
Yeah.
Also kind of understanding what kind of I mean, he's an explorer, satisfied or passionate, classifying him like that. And also the point on even before thinking about the university, as a parent, we have to be very clear. Are we staying in Japan? Are we going out of Japan? Do we want to settle out in India or somewhere else, right? US or Australia? We see a lot of patterns going on. So I think I find it quite holistic, and especially, I mean, as a parent, every parent is like, for every parent, their ward or the son or daughter is very important to them. And you
Yeah.
touched on the body, spirit, soul part of it. And I think it's not very irrelevant. It's not at all irrelevant. It's very relevant.
Yeah.
And it's one of the, like, let's face it, one of the fears as a parent, right, for
Yeah.
our child. So thank you very much for the insightful session. And there are a few questions I can see already in chat, and I'll also encourage other parents also, if they have some questions, they can post either in the chat or they can raise their hand, and we can go around the table
Yeah.
one after the other. So one question I hear is from Dhriti. The chart, exactly what you are sharing right now, it's a draft for September session. Do you have kind of similar draft for April? Sorry, that was the last slide you were showing.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
this
one.
one. So this is September, October session plan, right? I
Yeah.
think the question is, do you have something similar for the April also?
Yeah. So I will. What the child studying in studying either CBSE or IB, mostly a child score or the end result will the final marks, right, comes in the month of May.
Yeah,
But the university starts in April, right? So very rare option is there. The university accepts the child before the final marks, right? So we have seen very rare cases of children accepted for an April batch, and most of the children, 97 percentage, we have an option only for September, October,
got it. Got it.
because of the marks that we get only after around May for CBSE. For IB, it is later.
Okay, got it. I think Dhriti has a follow-up question on that. Dhriti, can you unmute and speak?
Yeah, hi, I'm Seema, Dhriti's mother.
Yeah.
I just want to ask that here, like my daughter will give her final exam in the month of October, November. So is in that particular case, her result will come in the month of January. So she would like to go to the university in the month of April.
April,
So
yes.
that's why I'm looking for the options where the
Yeah,
university gets.
understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. So April, we have less options actually. Less options in the sense Ritsumeikan is in April. There are some other universities which they are also having April admission. The English programs generally, most of the cases, they start in October. Yeah.
September session.
Yes, yes, September.
Oh, okay. I have one more question in that case.
Yeah.
Because she is an IB student and she's currently in grade 12 and giving a final exam in October
Mm.
session.
Mm.
So is the IELTS or the SAT, is it compulsory for her? She has to give it to get the admission in Japan only, like in Japanese university for the English course?
Good question. See, there is no pattern that we have seen what is success, not success. For example, why SAT is suggested, actually university says that if you are in an English program and then you have this max, physics, this one, they say that you don't have to share SAT. But in the when you apply, there is a place where you can upload the SAT score, right? And generally, the pattern that we have seen, or I have seen, and I've listened to the friends also, is SAT gives a way to easily compare their, because the child is coming from CBSE, IB, there are different marking standards, right?
Mhm.
So if SAT is there, it is easy for them to, I don't know, compare or probably evaluate, right? So that is the reason people say that SAT, getting an SAT score and above 1400 will be giving a better chance.
Okay. And what about the
Not
IELTS?
explicit. Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. But what about the IELTS?
See, IELTS, I don't think it is required. So if you have your child is studying an English program, it is not required. So, but in my case, my son wrote it and we submitted. So it's basically a delta addition, but in English program does not require. It very clearly says in the application, English program does not require IELTS.
Yeah, thank you. I have one last question.
Dhriti, okay, go
Just,
for it. Yeah, please.
yeah. Just because you mentioned about that the HL, like your son has HL, maths HL, but my
Yes.
daughter has taken maths HL, but is she able to get admission in computer science engineering?
So see, it is in Japan. We have not seen the impact of the max, whether you have taken that type of max, right? And so, if it is outside Japan, I think it has an impact. But we have not seen any. I have not heard anything that there is an impact between the type of max and the level of max that we have taken.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, Dhriti, just for everyone else also, since you asked 3, 4 questions, what's your like daughter this thing school pattern IB?
Yeah, she is in actually Dhriti is my daughter name. I am Seema.
Okay.
Yeah, she is an
Okay,
IB.
sorry. Okay, I could read
Yeah.
only her name then. Okay,
Yeah,
so
because
IB,
I joined from her device, so that's why.
no worries. Oh, got it. So IB, what standard?
She's in grade 12.
Grade 12. Okay, got it. So I think that addresses quite similar questions from
Yeah.
other parents also. Thank you very much. Okay, Joel, we have few more questions. I think something related to that also. TOEFL and IELTS, I think you replied it's not compulsory, right?
Yeah.
But is there like anything which is better in that? I think it's an irrelevant question. If it's not required compulsorily, whatever is better. Yeah. But
IELTS is okay, I think. IELTS is easy to write and
okay, TOEFL is
IELTS is better, yeah.
right. Got
If
it.
it is in Japan, yeah.
If it's Japan, yes. Got it. Thank you. And then one more question from I can see from Nanji regarding SAT scores. Do universities give weightage to the math score or is the overall score important?
I think it's overall score. See, naturally, if you get both sections good marks only, you will go beyond 1400. So there is no weightage. We have not seen weightage. It is the total score.
Okay. So I think that answers Atharva's question also. Ranjit, I'll come to you. I'll just take the questions first. Then question from Hardik is, does university provide hostels or REO for the students? If not, how do students manage it?
Yeah, good question. So in my son's case, University of Aizu provides the stay only for the first year student, that too minimal number of rooms. So in my son's case, we have taken a room. It's like rented a house, like how we rent a house in our like for us our stay in Japan.
Okay. Privately you did book it, right?
Yes, and that is possible. In case of ISU, all the parents would have taken that type of external, contract.
Got it. I mean, direct kind of they have kind of rented the place.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Got it. Thank you. I think I'll allow Ranjit to come in for his question, and then I'll go back to the text questions again. Ranjit?
Hi, Prem. Thank you.
Ranjit.
Thanks for arranging this
Most
session. And Joel-san, thank you very much for a nice presentation.
Yeah.
And my question or request is that, I mean, about the preparation of CV or essay, if your son has some time, so he also can, someday he can also come and like make a presentation, how to make essay or how to make a CV or
Sure.
how to prepare for SAT. That would be helpful. So my daughter is studying in IB 10th grade now. So from August she will be joining 11th grade. So
Okay.
we have not miss this year she will give SAT, but CV and these things we have not started yet to prepare. So first, our first preference is for Japanese university, and then otherwise English. This one. So my request was, if your son is okay, so
Sure.
kindly ask him to make some presentation, and Prince San will arrange one more
Sure.
session. That
Sure,
would-
sure. We can plan
you.
for this. Yes, yes.
Okay. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Ranjit, for asking that.
Yeah.
And there was one more question from Ayyappan P. I can read. I think he tried to write, I guess, chemistry. I think it has become Chennai. So, can a student take who has taken physics, chemistry, and biology in CBSE grade 12? Will he be still be able to get engineering admission? So, I think without maths is the question, I guess, right?
Yeah,
Ayyappan-
that's right, Prince.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Good question.
Joel, maybe this is
I
quite.
think
Yeah.
max is very important.
Yeah, I think PCM might be required. Yes.
Yes. See, in my son's case, he had taken max, physics, computer science, right? So that is okay for computer science engineering, but he cannot apply for because he did not have chemistry. He could not apply for. He cannot apply for Waseda. So there are some combination, but I think max is going to be very key for engineering.
Okay. Sorry, Joel. Sorry, why he couldn't apply for Waseda? Can you come again, please? Sorry.
Yeah, that's a little complex.
Okay.
This one,
Okay.
because
It's not
it's
because
a
of any
very
subject, right?
unique combination. Yeah, so
Okay.
they need chemistry for engineering.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah, there is
Got
an
it.
alternate way for them to for that to apply, but I will
Got it.
might confuse too much everyone. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Then I'll move to one more.
Thank
Can
you.
I
Thank
add
you very
one more
much.
point? See, when I say engineering, we cannot generalize the engineering. See, I don't know, biochemical engineering can still be applied without max. So you have to go through the university,
Okay.
that book, and then try to see that specifically if you are not having max.
So,
So
so
we
the
cannot
answer,
just remove that max. If max is not there, no engineering
right,
cannot be applied. Yeah.
right. So the answer would to that, as if I summarize, would be like, I mean, there might be universities which might look into this without maths also, but
Yeah.
you have to go to that university and check
Correct.
with that individual university, right?
Correct. Yes.
Got it. Got it.
Thank you, Joel and Prince. Thank you. Got it.
Thank you, Appen. Okay, Joel, I think I will move to another type of questions which actually we had in the forum also, and I can see raised by Ranjit also.
Mm.
So I'll couple of questions there. Like first one by Ranjit here. PR student can apply to all mentioned universities here.
Mm.
So let's take that as one, and then I'll add to that one also. So
Sure. Yeah.
any comment on that?
See, I am since I did not have PR, I could apply for all the things, but I came to know the university like Tokyo Institute of Technology
Okay.
has some restrictions on people applying with PR, right? So we don't have all the universities, but there are some universities which has some restrictions for people to apply with PR. Parents having PR and kid also is having PR.
Okay. I mean, Joel, whatever you are aware of, can you elaborate on that? Like, why is this restriction kind of
Yeah.
thing?
So what they say is, see, the Japanese students come through a standard Japanese test, right? There is an entrance exam.
Okay.
And it's completely in Japanese. So you have to write that in Japanese, and they based on your type of marks and the ranking, like in India, right? They will be allotted those universities, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they are saying that if you are having PR, you cannot use the expat program, which is the English. There is a application process, right, outside the common entrance exam. They're saying that you have to apply that. If you have PR, you apply through the common entrance scheme and then you join. You cannot apply through the outside that approach.
Okay, so normally PR would be treated as same as the other Japanese native
Japanese,
kids.
correct. Yes,
Okay, okay, got it. And without PR, they would be treated like they are foreign students, or?
correct, correct. They are applying from foreign, so that's why they are going to apply for an English program. Yeah.
Okay, got it, got it. Okay, I
And
think
see, that is again, there is a lot of loopholes there, right? So
right.
some parents have PR, kids they don't apply for PR. So the child is still not a PR holder, they can apply. So there are a lot of other ways. I'm not very sure. Probably, you know, there are different ways to join that. Yeah, but it's not like for all the universities.
Okay, got it, got it. Okay, Joel. One more question related to that, and also again, this was discussed in the our forum also. This accreditations, right?
Hmm.
And accreditations of the school, does it have any impact on admissions?
So I was saying, right, we have not seen that, but
We have not
for
seen that.
example, like say, I'll take us, see, Waseda, if you are studying in ISJ, Waseda you have a better chance of getting in Waseda. So I'm not saying, see, it's not with respect to accreditation or
Okay.
level of the school. There is nothing
Uh-huh.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
there is, based on their prior experience with the school students, there is a trend,
Oh,
right?
okay. It's not
Uh,
even the board.
it's not the board actually.
Okay.
So the reason is, for example, ISJ has been there for a long time. There have
Mm.
been a lot of students who have come to those universities and gone out, and they have seen a pattern of value of that students being there. Then they
Okay.
give the bias. There is a bias, but this
Mm.
bias is not explicit, right? It's not written anywhere
Yeah.
or anywhere. But this
Okay.
is all a
That's
trend that
it.
we have seen. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Thanks for that. And then I'll go back to the chat questions. I can see two additional question. We will cover those, and if we'll see if we have more, then we'll take that. Otherwise, we'll try to conclude. One is from Shikha Sharma. Question is, my daughter wants to do the biochemistry program, but she said that she wants to leave physics. So please clarify that if she can do chemical engineering after leaving physics. I think you partly answered, but maybe you want to address it if you want
Yeah,
to.
so I am not very clear in this for this answer because I have not
No worries. No
experienced
worries.
this. So
No
I
worries.
didn't I don't want to comment on this. But in general, what we see is if you have a generic generally what if you don't want to take any risk, maybe not the parents who have already the child is already taken, who are before 10th or something, it is better that if you want wider options, better to select the science. You can leave biology, engineering. If I'm taking, you have to have physics, chemistry, maths, or physics, maths, computer science. So this is you have more chances if you have these with wider college universities. But I cannot answer specifically for that because I have not gone through that experience.
Yeah, I think, I mean, if I have to add based on what you replied earlier, I think what you just commented is one. And then second is, of course, for Shikha, it would be like try to finalize or at least see a couple of universities you are interested in.
Yeah.
And then see, do they allow?
Yeah, that is a specific university you have to write,
Right,
or you
right.
go through that admission book.
Right.
Then you'll get a clarity. Yeah.
Right. I mean, in that university book, if you can find out if without physics they allow chemical engineering, I think that would give you the precise answer you're looking for, Shikha.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's helpful.
Thank you,
Sorry,
Shikha.
I cannot answer the question.
No worries, no worries, no worries. I think,
No
Joel,
worries.
you have gone beyond your scope, actually, to be honest. And then one last question I see is PR student can get scholarships?
It's a good question. See, in general, for undergraduate program, getting a scholarship, there is very less options for scholarship. So, for example, in my case, my son for TAU, he got full scholarship, right?
Okay.
So there are some universities very specific to the universities. The scholarships before you enter to get the scholarship is very how do you say very less options. But universities, after you get inside, there are other scholarships you can apply. So I've not seen PR as a important thing. So it's more about the performance and the capability of the child. I think it's based on that they give scholarship. It's not based on the salary of the, or I don't know, the parents' salary or
Yeah. Yeah.
other points. It is more about the kid's importance to the university.
Okay. The potential of kid and how
Potential
he
of the
can
kid.
contribute, he or
Yes.
she can contribute. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sure.
Okay. Great. Maybe a last question then from me. You talked about SAT preparation. Okay. I think there's one more question. You talked about SAT preparation and also other
Yeah.
IELTS. How would you normally prepare your child for that? Is it like more on online self-study or doing some other classes? How do you do that?
Yeah, so I think I understand there are some tuitions you can have. In my case, in my son's case, he studied by himself. So
Okay.
he solved some papers.
Okay.
We bought him a book, the SAT full book, and he went through all the tests. See, what he told us was generally the IB students, it's easy for them for SAT if they, because of the reasoning thing, and it's pretty simple. It's not like very complex like our IIT entrance or like that, right? It's very simple. So most of the child that we have seen, they have studied by themselves, and it's more reasoning. So it's easy if you know how to, because it's about
Okay.
the time, right?
Okay.
It's not about the answering. I think everyone can answer. It's
Right.
about how fast you can answer. So
Right.
generally, the child that are studying in Japan, they can solve it. Only thing is they have to prepare by the. In many of the cases, I heard they are prepared by themselves.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. I can see some more questions. Are you okay to continue for
Yeah,
max
yeah,
10
no
minutes?
problem,
Okay.
no
Yeah.
problem. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay. Before I move to those questions, I just wanted to ask one more. Your child is already in ISU University. 1 year, already 1 year there, or how many years?
Yeah, he's going to complete 1 year in this August.
Okay, got
Yeah.
it. Thank you. Then, how do you feel like we as Indian community are kid going to these schools? Importance of language, picking up of the other culture, and also like mingling with other kids.
Yeah.
What has been the experience around that?
Yeah. So what I have seen is, see, if you look at the study as, because I have done also PhD here. So the way I will say, see, the universities have good environment. They have very good labs. That's all very good. But one important thing is, it's not the child is not thought about out of box thinking, which is very good at
Mm,
US, UK,
mm, mm,
Australia. If you
mm,
study, right, you get that exposure. But
mm,
in Japan, you cannot expect that. It will be more about properly studying a particular course in depth, right? It's way more about that. It's not out of box, will not be there. In addition to, other than this, if you look at their so the child that goes in an English program is basically a section, right? So you'll have a parallel Japanese students coming. So in case of ISU, there is a one section of English batch student. There
mm,
is around 8 sections of Japanese students
mm,
for the same time, right? So they get options to mingle with Japanese children, speak Japanese. There are a lot of options for them to interact in the common classes.
mm,
They have also a lot of sports events. They have clubs where they get to mingle. In my case, my son goes to a lot of such clubs,
mhm.
so he's able to join them in sports. So that
Mm.
way, I think they get a holistic.
Okay.
There is no, we have not heard anything that happens bullying and all these
Okay.
things that generally
Okay.
happen in the schools that is not there in universities.
Good to hear that. Last point on that, like importance of language there,
Yes,
Japanese language.
if it is there, they can mingle better.
Better.
right?
Okay.
In my
Got it.
case, my son speaks average Japanese,
Okay.
but he's trying to catch up. And the university has a strict Japanese program, right? If they actually follow that, when they by then they complete the 4th year, they will be able to, they'll be around N2 level if they seriously, study and start talking, right? So they prepare themselves, the students, to talk Japanese when they are out.
Got it. Got it. Thank you. Thank you, Joel. And now I'll move back to last three questions in the chat, and then we will conclude this session. I think there are a lot of questions I can see. Even personally, I also have questions. But the fortunate thing and the good thing about us is like we all in this call are part of the same forum. Joel is available. You can reach him one to one,
Yeah.
have an extended discussion also. Okay, so I'll just take three questions. It's coming from Kotrappa Shastri. If parent not having PR during application to university, and when university is secured, if parent get PR, is that still okay? I'll just add more complexity. If someone has applied for citizenship and all, does that also impact in this way?
Yeah, citizenship will have a big impact
Okay,
because that will offset so many universities from your application.
offset as in
That's
remove,
like
or
you cannot apply for many
you
of the
cannot
universities.
apply. Okay,
Yeah.
from PR to naturalization also would actually exclude a lot of universities.
Yes, naturalization or your
I mean,
citizenship,
yeah, citizenship. Yeah.
you are forced to apply through the Japanese route.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Because you anyways already commented PR, having a PR and not having a PR also has a difference. So I can imagine having a citizenship definitely will have more. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sorry, coming back to like if the status changes between the application and when the university application is secured, what happens then?
Maybe I don't know the right answer, but what I will say is there is no way they're going to, there is no other. See, once you have submitted your agreement, university is everything, right? There is no other ways the university is going to connect with us to
Got it.
resubmit any of our documents, right? It is only at the time of the admission, right? So,
Okay.
considering that, I feel there is no other ways they will know. They will follow this, right?
Okay.
So I think should be okay.
So the answer is whatever you have submitted at the time of admission.
Yes.
Or submitting the document, that would be the base of everything.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so it doesn't change. I hope you got that answer. Okay, and then next question from Taran Guri. In IB board within Maths HL, Maths AA and Maths AI choice, would it make a difference in selection process for universities for engineering courses? This is like very
Yes.
detailed one. Maybe here
Yeah.
you can comment.
So this is similar like what I answered before. A specified level or a type of the max that you have selected have not seen anything explicitly written in the admission book that you should have this type of max there. It is generally it is very strict for if you apply whether outside Japan, right? There are universities like Cambridge and all you apply, they specifically ask for the type of the higher level of max, right? But in Japan, have not seen explicitly written like this because even the board itself is not written, right? They say you can give your marks either you have studied CBSE, IB or anything. That it says very generic. It is not, does not go to the depth saying that this subject you have to have this one. That type of explicit thing is not written.
Got it.
But only thing we have to be careful is internally after we submit the marks, whether they have a internal implicit check, that we are not very clear because many of these things we don't know, right? So people say that generally it is better to have this advanced max selected and done, but it is not explicitly asked in the as an input from us, right? So I don't think it affects in Japan, but to be prepared, it is better to study the advanced one.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Taran, hope you got the answer. Last
Thank you,
question
Joel.
then.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And the last question from Palak Chudgar, if I pronounced it correctly. Sorry for that. Uh, the question is more on English. JLPT level. Sorry, for the Japanese. Okay, engineering courses in English. Are there any language or certification required for English and Japanese?
Not see, that's what, like I said,
We
English
said,
program
yeah,
we have studied. They don't
right.
ask for
They
any
don't.
English certificate.
Yeah,
Japanese certificate is nowhere asked, right?
yeah. So no
But
JLPT, no JLPT, no IELTS, TOEFL compulsory, right?
compulsory, yes. But the JLPT certificates you have,
Yeah.
more of this government universities, they
Uh,
have we have seen, I have
okay.
heard that they have a higher preference for people with a better Japanese language skill is what I have heard. Yeah, there is a more possibility of them selected.
Okay. Sorry,
That is
Joel.
not explicitly written anywhere. Yeah,
Got it. Got it. So it might come handy, but
and
they have
yes,
not used it as a criteria, right?
criteria. Yes, yes, yes.
I have also had one question like this difference between government and private universities.
Yeah.
What are the like big three factors which differs? In terms of selection procedure.
See, there is no explicit
Okay.
ones. See, the government universities have very less number of seats, right?
Okay.
The hit rate is very high. For example,
Mm.
Kyushu, right? Let's say take Kyushu case. Kyushu has only 6 computer science seat, right? English
Okay.
language. KO has sorry ISU has was having 32. They're decreasing the number of seats nowadays.
Mm.
But between 32 and Kyushu 6, right? And Kyushu and internally Kyushu also has a unwritten rule of selecting different type of country people. So they have some quota for Indonesia, they have quota for India. So that means the hit rate of an Indian student getting accepted for Kyushu is less.
Okay.
And that's where then automatically what happens is it's beyond the marks. It's beyond,
Mm.
because you're like selected in some number of people, right? So it's that's where the Japanese language plays a key role there, because
Mm.
the number of count is less and their expectation is the remaining entire set of people are going to be Japanese, right? So if you have
Mm.
to survive inside, the kids has to survive inside, it is better they know Japanese. So
Yeah.
that's where that indirectly we see that Japanese language plays a key role in their selection.
Got it.
Otherwise, we don't have any explicit difference in that. And anyway, they don't tell us after we are not selected, right? You ask 100 ways a different email, they will not answer us. So gone is gone. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Okay. There is one last question which is relevant to what we were discussing, and that would be the end of the session.
Yeah.
Is there any impact of voluntary work in admission process?
Yes, it does.
It has.
That's what we hear, because Japanese universities give some lot of good inherent credit to that volunteering. That's where I had
What kind of like if you can
so that's
give
what,
an
like
example?
generally people go for generally the cleaning and
After
local society. You have participated in some of the
okay.
activities, has a better credit. Yeah, it is
Got it.
not explicit, but it
Yeah.
has an impact. Yeah.
But it's counted, right?
Yes.
Got it. Thank you very much. I think Joel, I think first that would be the end of the questions. We will stop there and taking the questions. I just want to pause and say thank you for the overall content which you shared initially. And then I think for the elaborate Q&A, you answered beyond what was planned for this session, to be honest. So I thank you again. I thanks all the parents who actually actively participated and made this session even richer. So let's continue the questions and answers, helping each other as parents, as Joel also did. If there are more parents who have gone through this
Yeah.
experience and think that it can contribute back to the community of the parents we have, please come forward and we can have more discussions in future also. So
So
thank
this
you again.
document, I think someone can also expand.
Yes.
The
Yes.
document we have, right? I will share it anyway. The actual version I will share. Maybe we can make it updated, and so that it is coming parents, right? They can use it. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes. Yes,
Thanks
Joel.
for this
Thank you very
opportunity.
much. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Joel, share that document in the directly in the WhatsApp itself for
Sure, sure.
everyone. Yeah.
Sure.
Great. Thank you very much, Joel.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Once
Thank you,
again.
everyone.
Thank you very
you.
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Good
you so
night.
much.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. Bye bye.
Bye.